Madam Speaker, Madam Deputy Speaker, members of the OECS Assembly, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. The same sitting of the OECS Assembly is convened under the theme Strengthening Regional Unity in a Shifting Global Order. We must be careful in considering this theme to resist the notion that somehow our integration is dictated by the international order, rather than that we are ultimately responsible as representatives of the people to chart the destiny of our region. For small states like ours, there is never a time when we can rest on our laurels. There is never a time when we can take for granted our achievements, no matter how great we deem them to be. The entry into force of the revised Treaty of Basel in 2011 was marked as a significant milestone for the OECS, and indeed it was. But in the context of the regional integration process, that is the economic union the realists among us would see as an achievement in its pure, unvarnished form, as the legal springboard from which to launch the most significant regional development initiative for our OECS member states. It is the basis for transformation of the economies and societies of every member state, and the foundation on which we undertake to construct a region that will stand the test of time. Recently, with changes in our geopolitical environment, the opinion that has been expressed that now more than ever, we must give impetus to regional integration and collaboration, whether at the level of the OECS, CARICOM, or the Association of Caribbean States. I am of the view that the integration of our region should not be reliant on external factors, but rather on our own appreciation of a pan-OECS, pan-Caribbean approach, an imperative to our very survival, given particularly that we rank among the smallest and most exposed countries in the world. The fact is, the global order has, for many years, been in a flux. For small states, flux is a constant. A shifting global order is a constant. An unpredictable international environment has become the background against which we undertake the development of our region. Strengthening regional unity is therefore a constant. It is evident that the OECS founders were inspired by this awareness when they embarked on the regional integration process. Consequently, out of their wisdom, their all-encompassing vision, they sowed the seeds for a region that would be more than robust, more resilient than it was in 1981, and a region of viable sovereign states. Our mitigation agenda has had to evolve to reflect the progression of time and the ever-changing circumstances that confront us. Hence, the revision of the Treaty of Basel, the preamble of the Protocol of the Economic Union articulate our conviction that the establishment of an economic union would contribute to the rapid growth of participating states and the ultimate creation of a viable economic community of Caribbean countries. We underscore the need to move in concert in order to guarantee steady expansion, balanced trade, fair competition, and the equitable distribution of rights. We resolve to act together to eliminate barriers, so securing our economic and social development. This deeper integration is not temporary, not meant to be time-bound, not reactive. So neither today nor at any time ought we to be scrambling to bring to fruition critical elements of a revised treaty that entered into force in 2011, passed into action by outside forces. No. Today, we should be fine-tuning our systems that were already in place, becoming even more resilient because our economic union pillars have been standing and we would have been operating within the tensile strength of our entire bloc of countries that constitute the OECS. The quest for an ever stronger OECS has been ongoing. If our countries and people are not only to survive but to prosper, and to do so, in spite of the challenges we face today and those we inevitably confront in time, we must be realistic, innovative, nimble, perhaps even stoic, taking into account that the world does not cater to those who are insufficiently endowed to pay the piper. The course that our states, by virtue of the revised Treaty of Bastille, have charted towards economic union is testament to our determination to place our countries on the road to development, to deliver tangible benefits to all participating states, and ultimately to advance the circumstances of the people of the OECS. For St. Lucia, it is our considered view that this has to be the real litmus test of progress in the economic union and the OECS. The extent to which all the regional policies, laws, institutions, and actions enhance the lives and welfare of our people. This ultimately is the motivation, the justification for integration. A successful OECS integration grounded in the enhanced welfare of our people assumes added significance for us and is consonant with the motto of the government of St. Lucia, which is putting people first. Having said this, we recognize that the attainment of the economic union is not a short-term affair. It demands sustained effort, commitments, settling in for the long haul. It demands heavy lifting and a laser-sharp focus of the energy of the organization on the attainment of the objectives of the economic union. We cannot progress in fits and starts. We cannot step off the designated path of the revised treaty to chase after shiny objects that appear along the way. We must steer the course. We must be brutal in our self-assessment, rigorous and prompt when adjustments are needed, and uncompromising in striving to attain the objectives of our treaty. The work on the free circulation of goods commenced several years ago. We knew then how critical it was for the OECS to move beyond the existing free movement of goods and people framework, to cement the single space by establishing a regime that would ensure goods would move without fetter once they satisfied formalities at the regional border. I will not dwell on the tardiness that has attended the introduction of this regime. Suffice it to say, the free circulation of goods is a natural correlate to the free movement of people and the establishment and operation of businesses in the single financial and economic states. We must get it done. The introduction of tariffs in our economic space will further put more pressure on the quality of life of our people if we do not do something now. And importantly, we must do so with the collective responsibility of this assembly and the assembly of the OECS parliamentarians. The assembly is a forum for the people. It's not a miscalculation, but rather a deliberate mechanism for ensuring that irrespective of their political persuasion, every citizen of an OECS member state feels that they are represented when high-level regional policy and legislative decisions are made. It is significant that we are constituted as national delegations, designated by our parliaments to represent national perspectives. In this vein, today, we'll consider 5 bills necessary for the implementation of the free circulation of goods regime: the OECS Animal Health Bill, the OECS Plant Protection Bill, the OECS Food Safety Bill, and the OECS Standards Bill, and the OECS Customs Control and Management Bill. Our respective cabinets have considered as necessary and sufficiently sound to merit our deliberation by this august body today. Barring any dissent, each of our delegations will return to Capital and submit the bills with a recommendation for enactment in our national laws. Moving forward, we are all aware that the work continues. We will soon have to consider the legislation on rights contingent to free movement of people, as well as the completion of the architecture for the OECS Customs Union, including harmonizing the border tax structure and the border management structure and systems. It is my sincere opinion and my expectation that we will attach the warranted urgency to this exercise, ensuring that presently the free circulation of goods regime is able to function, and we bridge the existing divide between the full and unhindered movement of people and of goods in the single space. Let us always remember that we are here to represent people and to ensure that they have a better quality of life. I thank you.